Okay, we are live on Facebook. Welcome everybody to Love Speaks Love. I am just going to double check that we are live. Turn my sound down. And share it to a few places. So Love Speaks Love is a platform for people to share wisdom and for us to be more in our heart space, and also for ceremony as well. And that's what today is about with Maryanne, my beautiful guest, Maryanne.
Hi there, everyone.
Just give us a moment while we share. Have you shared to Solargy?
I haven't. I'm going to share it to my page in Solargy.
I've just shared it to Solargy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll give people a chance to come in. So we're going to share. If you want, please share this with others too, because this is an auspicious day. We don't want anybody to miss it. Even though there will be a replay, it'll be nice to watch it live if you can.
Okay. I will bring us all together, I think, while people are in the process of arriving. And I invite us all to breathe and bring our awareness to our heart space in the center of our chest. And let us all breathe in love. And just feeling our hearts responding to that love as we breathe it into every cell of our bodies. Visualizing that love moving all around into every cell, out into our electromagnetic field, and spreading that love as far and wide as you wish to. Let us send love to all hearts on the planet. And extending our heart awareness out now, down into Gaia. Extending our heart awareness all the way to the crystalline diamond heart of Gaia, Gaia Sophia. And I'm just visualizing myself nestled into that diamond octahedron of Gaia. And feeling Gaia's love moving into my body, into every cell. And just switching that round, so now I'm visualizing myself holding Gaia, the whole planet, within my heart. Beautiful. And extending that heart awareness out now to the sun. Feeling that solar energy moving into every cell of our bodies. And extending that heart awareness out now to Source Creator. And feeling all of our hearts together now, together as one. Feeling our awareness in one unified field of love. breathing that in and out. Ooh. So feeling all of our hearts together. Whether you're watching us live or on the replay or on YouTube. Whew. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and thank you, Maryanne, for calling this in today on this, as you say, this very auspicious day. And I will hand over to you in a sec so you can share. You can share about that. That was really strong.
Really beautiful and really strong.
Yeah, I was a bit distracted because when my eyes were closed, like so much green in my visual field, and very crystalline and moving. And I mentioned to Maryanne before that I grabbed some crystals today, and I don't always do that. I'm not actually sure what this is, but that was the color that I was getting. And this, I'm not sure either. I thought that this was fluorite because it looks quite fluorite-y inside.
Or aventurine.
I don't think it is aventurine. It's very clear, but I wonder if it's green apophyllite. I don't know if you can get such a thing, but
the green energy is in the house. I have a little blue and little mixture here as well.
So thank you everyone for joining us live and on the replay. And I will hand over to you at this point, Maryanne, if you want to share about what's going on.
Oh, there's a lot to share. And thank you, Denise, for having me on. This was a short, last minute kind of thing. I thought, let me jump out and ask, why not? I was going to do it by myself on Facebook Live, but I thought, no, it's always nice to share with others. And I'm so glad you were able to fit me in. So thank you. Well, so where do I begin? I'm not an astrologer, by the way, but I do dabble in it because I find it's a wonderful tool for helping me to cultivate things in my life and really live from my blueprint in ways that can help keep me aligned and grounded and connected to my purpose. So what's happening, first of all, it's the 11th, which the 11th right there, that number is a powerful portal into oneness, into unity consciousness. It is an auspicious day because we have, I'm saying it's a 7-planet celestial bodies alignment or stellium. Some astrologers will say that, oh, well, the sun is not a planet, it's a star. Well, maybe so, but I'm a Leo and that's my ruling planet or star, so I'm going to call it a planet, but you can call it a star. I added in Pallas, and I'll go into what Pallas is, an asteroid. It's not considered a major, but I feel like it does play a role in this, and I'll go into that a little bit later. So a stellium is when multiple planets are clustered together in the same astrological house. So we can definitely expect to feel, an influx of this particular sign's energy, both personally and collectively. You were saying earlier that you're feeling weird. I said, yeah, that's Aquarius. Because it is a weird kind of, interesting, eccentric energy. Because that is Aquarius. And it can feel a little uncomfortable. It could feel, a little overwhelming with the energies of it all. And it is a new moon. It's a new beginning, but we're in the dark of the moon in Aquarius. And when we don't have the moon's light guiding us, we might start to feel like, uh-oh, what do I do? Where do I go? How do I do it? But it's okay because this is a really powerful time of going inward. So, as I said, it can feel a little overwhelming with such an intense planetary emphasis in this one area of Aquarius. But on the other hand, it's an amazing opportunity to align ourselves with this particular stellium, in Aquarius with all these other planets, with all these planets. So, there's something here for us to learn, to remember, to tap into. So, expect to feel some intensity. That doesn't mean that's a bad thing. We are definitely being heightened at this time. Some people talk about that the age of Aquarius started last year sometime, or maybe it was, I don't remember the exact date. Then you hear others say, well, we're not really in it yet. I think, me personally, yes, I agree. Last year, you don't just jump from one, you don't go from A to B. There's a flow of energy wave that kind of, gradually takes you in. So I feel that we are coming into this age of Aquarius. And, Aquarius is an air sign, but it's the water bearer infusing what I call cosmic elixir of wisdom into humanity, to help us create, positive change for global awareness, shedding light on what's been hidden from us. And boy, has so much been hidden that's coming up to the surface, as we could all see, showing us the truth of what is going on and why we're here and what we're meant to be expressing and experiencing in life. Aquarius is also seen as, the humanitarian. It's innovation, it's independent, yet there's group connection, as I said, globally, socially, but it's also very eccentric and unique and weird in a good way. It can be unpredictable. There's a visionary quality to it, but I always called it the freedom loving rebel. It's fun because I have an Aquarius rising, and I do have Pallas in Aquarius with another asteroid and Black Moon Lilith. And I don't want to get into all that because it's not part of this today. But I feel like in many ways, I feel very Aquarian. Even though I'm a Leo, I'm a fire energy. I definitely feel my Aquarian energy. That's probably why I'm doing this today. So the stellium, we have Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, the Sun, Venus, the Moon, and Pallas all lined up in Aquarius. So Saturn has to do with anchoring and structure, goal setting, karmic lessons. It's the taskmaster. So it's a real, powerful, intense planet, I'm sorry. And Jupiter is all about success and expansion, optimism, really bringing out joy, achieving wisdom. So you go Saturn, Jupiter into Mercury, which we're now in a retrograde with. So it's all about Mercury's communication, framing thoughts and ideas, learning. It's also the divine messenger. You always see hawk energy around Mercury. Then we go into the sun, which, planet, star, whatever you want to call it, has to do with our light frequency, our energy. The sun rules within the Leo constellation. It rules the heart and spine and our energy and connection to that. And that's opposite of Aquarius. Venus, yeah.
Question. So we were talking about lungs before. If you're saying that Aquarius is the opposite of Leo, could that mean that the distortions or whatever isn't flowing right because it's opposite, that could
because we're in major alignment with I'm calling it 7-planet lineup in one sign of Aquarius. So I mean, for me lately, my heart, I feel constricted, I feel suffocated, like, oh my God, get me out of here. It's like, open up the gates and let me out. So yes, constriction to the lung, to the heart, grief, you might feel stuck in grief and you want to get it out, but it's not flowing yet. Call on, even though it's an air sign, those celestial cosmic elixirs of the waters of Aquarius to flow into you. That's what I'm doing lately. Did you want to ask something else, or?
I think I did, but I think it's gone.
Okay.
You maybe answered it. Yeah, it was the reference to the lungs as well, and the suffocated.
Yes.
And it feels like collectively there is so much going on at the moment with the lungs and the heart, and I can't really separate the two. And I've been seeing the lungs as like the heart is between the lungs, and it's kind of like I'm seeing the lungs supporting the heart and in a way protecting the heart.
Yes.
And taking some of the energies that we might think, oh, I don't know if I want that in my heart, and they're sitting in the lungs because they're not going to the heart.
Yes, that's true. And that's why this is probably a really good time for doing some breathing exercises. Getting out in the fresh air, inhaling the fresh air and nature, being by the trees and whatever, by the water. Because right now, most planets are either in earth or air. We don't have a whole lot going on in there's really the only thing in fire, I think, right now is Chiron Aries. And so yeah, and there's nothing really going on with Leo, or Sagittarius is the south node right now, but Neptune in Pisces and Neptune. So yeah, we have pretty much, it's all air and earth right now. So breathing is a big one. Yeah, definitely do a lot of, I would say, a lot of natural breathing. There's a 4-count breath. There's, pranayama. There's just your own rhythm and flow. I like to inhale, exhale, and move my spine when I'm doing it. Maybe we'll do something like that in a minute. So I want to get back to the lineup. Venus is also involved in this alignment, and Venus is the beautiful, planet of beauty, of love, of pleasure, relationships, and connection. And then of course, we have the new moon, new beginnings, emotions, nurturing, feminine mother essence, cleansing. The new moon comes in at 2:06 p.m. Eastern time, and then add or just, subtract wherever you are, geographically. So for us here, in the US on the East Coast, it's at 2:06 p.m. at 23 degrees Aquarius. Very inspiring and magical, with hope and peace, coming into community, all that beautiful energy, new beginnings. Yeah, and I'm going to mention in a minute after I go through I'm getting to Pallas now, because this is the last one of I'm adding her. Some astrologers don't include it. I do. I'm not an astrologer, but I like her energy. Pallas is an asteroid goddess who basically represents creative intellect and wisdom and healing powers, and really assists us to support justice and truth. So we go back to that, show us the truth of what's really going on here. And she's considered a warrior queen. So she seeks truth, before she makes a decision or takes any action. Pallas would rather use the intelligence to avoid violence and conflict, whenever possible, because we don't want to go back to all that war, and conflict and creating, that kind of energy. So she's more about, avoiding that. And also, I believe that she's very much about intuition and perception. So, in the sign of Aquarius, she's very inspiring and calling us to use our wisdom, to really, nudge us forward with wisdom and universal knowledge. And she's actually, when she came in, it was last year sometime, I think around, I don't know if it was December or it might have been a little earlier on. She was kind of getting ready to help Saturn move, because Saturn and Jupiter were all in with Capricorn with Pluto. They were all together, and then Saturn and Jupiter moved out into Aquarius. So she kind of helped with that. That's what she represents.
Is
Now,
Pallas, is
yeah.
it Pallas?
Yes, Pallas. You can look her up. I mean, there's a beautiful book called The Asteroid Goddesses by Demetra George. And she talks about all the asteroids, and where, you can look them up in your chart to see where they are. Some astrologers don't feel much relevance, but you have to go with what you feel. When I first heard about them, I really resonated and I really liked it, and it was helpful. So I went with it. I just want to look at. Okay. Yes. Here's the other thing. At 10 a.m. this morning, New Eastern Time, Venus and Jupiter met up in Aquarius. And that's really beautiful because Venus, again, love, beauty, pleasure, relationships. Jupiter, expansion, success, optimism, really. So we have this love, happiness, joy, beauty, creativity coming together and merging. So this, again, is a really interesting and wonderful aspect to come into today, even though, yes, it can feel, the challenges, the weirdness, the uncomfortable, the constriction. There are some wonderful aspects here to focus on. And I don't think I have.
And it's about allowing yourself to feel the emotions. Like, it's a very emotional Aquarius. I associate, as you say, with water and with emotions. And it really feels like, with all these planets together, we can't, even if we wish to, we can't keep them in, we can't keep them down.
No.
Everything is just magnified so that it comes out.
Absolutely.
You
know what? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on all the details of this, because I posted a few different astrologers. I found some really good reports on this whole thing, and I did post them on my page. I could put them in the chat for you if you want to share them on the Facebook chat. Let me see. If not, you can go to my page. I'll repost them again, because there's a couple of really good ones that go into nice detail.
Yeah, maybe stick them in the chat afterwards, because this is on my computer and Facebook.
No, we can do that later. We can definitely do that later. I'll repost it. They're on my page anyway. I found a number of different, at least 3 or 4 astrologers, and having their own take on it. And I basically went over, the basics of it, and I added, as I said, I definitely wanted to put. Nobody really mentioned Pallas. I found it from another astrologer. I just thought it was nice to add in, because I loved what she represented about staying away from the conflict and violence, and ushering in from a place of peace, of community, of unity, and love. And that to me is where the heart is right now. And even though there's a constriction, it's we're moving forward, and the light is infusing into the dark corners that have been hidden.
And it's like the water. And I just want to check while I'm saying this, because this will be a long sentence. I want to check on my sound, because someone said that my sound was a bit quiet, and I can't read.
I hear you perfectly fine on my end.
Okay. It's like the water can go into all those nooks and crannies as well. And flush it, like really flush it through too.
Absolutely. And that, the Aquarian energy being an air sign, but as I said, the water bearer, take advantage of that elixir coming down from the cosmos. And it's like almost like doing maybe that's what we can do right now. Let's come into our heart space and just start to breathe in your own rhythm. Inhaling and exhaling. We're still connected to Mother Gaia. We're still connected heart to each other, globally, to the earth. We're calling in this beautiful stellium, this beautiful grand alignment in Aquarius, and that beautiful essence of the cosmic elixirs of beautiful global transformation and positive change, love and creation, beautiful blessings, pleasurable embodiment, opening up our hearts. We receive this beautiful elixir as we see the water bearer pouring down through the cosmos. Feel that gorgeous cosmic light, watery essence coming down into the soul star chakra above our heads, then fusing down into the crown, into the third eye, into the throat, and breathing. And down into the heart and filling our lungs and filling our heart. Down into the solar plexus, cleansing our digestive areas. Coming down into second chakra of the womb, the hara, cleansing our creativity, our passion, our pleasure, really washing away anything blocking us from stepping into our power, anything that's stopping us from speaking our truth, anything that's been getting in the way. These beautiful waters, cosmic essence flowing now down into the root chakra, the beautiful root of where we hold our issues around survival, feeling safe in the world, that it is safe. We are safe. No matter what conflict is occurring around us or within us, we are safe. I am safe. I am held in the Creator's grace. I am aligned with Mother Gaia, and I accept the cosmic forces to flow through me unimpeded. And then we send these beautiful energies right down into the Earth star beneath our feet, filling Mother Gaia with this beautiful cleansing essence down into her heart and into her womb space. We are aligned with Mother Gaia, with this great stellium of the cosmos, connected to the greater cosmic forces of the Mother, Father, God. Marun sar ushkat iarvarodoi iaron sham uziaro kutu urvut oijen uzakuru. Receiving this beautiful light code frequency for this stellium, all the planetary essences connecting, coming in. Vorunjar utkat iarantur urvisiara ikarosam uva. Manshur urvikatur ialai. Ajanianu sarakatur, helping us to remove any blockages. All of our angels and galactic families are here. They are so grateful, so happy, so excited and ecstatic for us. Moruntur variashanu suku viarietai iaron. Ijem uz arvun katsiaran shetai iakuta. Manchuri siari anosori vialai, opening the heart to the great cosmic love and light. Meshur urviaran kura, feeling the essence of Mother Gaia's heart in our heart. Meshon ifaroti kurosi, on this beautiful, gracious, loving new moon. Setting clear intentions, letting go of the past, being ready to open to a great new future of magical, wonderful experiences. But in this moment of now, we are grounded, we are connected, we are in unity. Kanusur vuriashanai iara, mantura ekur it akurvar akus utkashea. Manjur ur variatai iakusu lurun diarushema. Masur vai takua. Atur kua ua. Many abundant blessings exist in this great universe. Holding more gratitude aligns us with the beautiful blessings of abundance. It is not only in the form of financial abundance, but the abundance of love, the abundance of light, the abundance of creation, the abundance of unconditional love and compassion and acceptance of every aspect of ourselves, and honoring each other, honoring ourselves. Kurutur iashemokura, matua kur, ut kutur, vishkatan uskat ushpesh et auta. Comes that weirdo Aquarian energy. Divine Mother, we love, honor, and adore you. Holy Father, we thank you for protecting us, for holding us. Mother, Father, God, for guiding us. The inner child within, our own masculine and feminine essence, balancing, embracing the inner child, helping him or her to feel safe, to feel loved, to feel adored, to remember that we each have our own unique creational energy, and as a whole we come together like pieces of a puzzle to unite. We are the change. All that we put out, all that we hold dear to us, sharing in a world, creating a new world, bringing up what's been hidden into the light to see the truth, is no easy journey. You are pioneers, beings of galactic frequency, God source, goddess source creation in a human vessel. And you are making such a beautiful, grand difference. You are so, so beautiful and so blessed, knowing that you are not alone. Remind yourselves, no matter what is happening, no matter what you experience that can be challenging and overwhelming, always know that we are here, but you must call upon us. We're always with you, but in the awareness of calling upon us, you will feel us. Eruntar urviarun sekush urvachemo sakuria, besh ul advot onjera kusi, mesh il advoskutur ishemokoya, makoi arumba aruta kusu. Esho. Denise, take it away anytime.
Kiaran ayahucht uist arana kiparale it iana kurat ut uin it ia. And just feeling that some of this is removing some of the remnants of the survival program, of the fears. So this is energy in the base chakra, it's in the solar plexus, it's in the kidneys, the adrenals, in the lungs. And the heart too, and this is helping to open the heart. So just working on the lungs first of all. Here nia kurno kukorat et odor mapaan niekdana hole kistara hole kia hial aran iachia it or hole kia mst de amokorum ma kia lekia pornokot uia pakakastor la pakia nakia ho o el e a urno kokokokokosht hal ehiat arana kokokokol hial erono kokol pst dididorod kana kiele iela korono kokoshtara. Big breath in, and on your out breath really release from deep as much as you can. Make as much noise as you can. Stai het eron o kol er kol ikia meran o kokokokokod. And keep doing that breathing until you feel a shift, feel a release. Hiel eron o hod orni kia parana kia or da 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 en enemakala e chrono koko. Stai hian eron noi east arana. Stai da da rana kolekia. Miliara no ye toto la pacana elekia storana kokol. Meki le erano kord ai. And just feeling the energy moving down now to solar plexus. Kidneys at the back and the adrenals. And my attention is also going to stomach and spleen. Yel erno hum mst dara rnukotidara holekiele yarana kokokokolete tatata. I'm breathing in the fire at this point, bringing in the solar energies. Breathing the fire and the solar energies into your solar plexus. Hier in erodokoi nekata tontore ma kela karanakidedala porn akidedala kiano ko asht onokol. He la caro stoy na maya kele kiaro staranaka kia starana hiet deret oi al era mole kiaran nite da me kiarna okol mashtai ironoko ana makidla pakidla 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 akidla pakidla pakidla in it tush alla pakidla pakidla ana kikolle parana kiketa. And just really feeling the dolphins coming in now and bringing in that playful energy. This doesn't have to be serious. I'm very aware of the elementals and the fairies, reminding us to play, reminding us to giggle, have a little chuckle. And just working now with the base chakra, not forgetting our legs and our feet and our lower spine and our tailbone. Ele kiarana ya totona na kiaro na kududede ile hiantore tadadodon. Hushta na kiarana. Hushta ya tadadadadon. Husht aranakia. Husht ahia. Nakirnaki nist uda. Ai aran oko ena kiar e nakarla. Ushtaranaka. Hurn neke estoi ana kana makun perlekiana nakilebe tadadododod. Husht mera neki kekan o kokoko. And breathe.
So this is what a 7-planet stellium feels like. It's really beautiful.
Oh, that feels a bit better.
Take a minute to just let that assimilate. Just take, if you have some water, Drink some water. You drink plenty of water today.
And breathe.
Ooh. Wow.
That was a big shift.
Very big, very, very big and deep and expanded. I feel this expansion with a lot of tingling.
Yeah.
You may feel that today, especially after these activations and transmissions, really, hitting on those again, the spots that maybe we've had hidden due to trauma, that we don't have to keep carrying it. We can really, light language is a beautiful language of the soul expressing itself through the heart. And it's so much more than just words. These are frequencies that live within us or within the cosmos that can really help us to tap into those areas that we may be feeling stuck in, and it can help to lift it, help open up these knots. You see, like it's almost like seeing this really tight knot, and the sound moves in and it starts to unfold it. Oof, it's like out, you can open up and now you can breathe, and that constriction can now be free. That freedom loving rebel. Yeah, it's powerful. I feel blessed to have the awareness of it, to remember it, to come into community with all of you, and to know that we're not alone on this path, and that we have each other, have our guides and angels and beings of light, our ancestors, to support us during times of struggle and challenge. We really are in a time of major change and shifting, and again, it is a gradual process. We go with this flow of like this river like quality. It's not, you don't go from A to B. It's rhythm and flow, and then you stop for a bit and surrender, and then you move again. And it requires that, so that our human psyche and our human bodies don't explode. Because if we were to just go from A to B, I don't think we would be able to handle it. There's a beautiful reason why there's this fluid energy, and to really let that flowing river of light take you on the journey, and let yourself be taken by it.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. I just noted Pamela Johnson's comment about stuff going on in the night last night, and I felt completely in a survival program last night. I really felt that kind of like taking over my body last night. I really felt that, like, yeah, that danger. And the word that kept coming that I don't hear very often, that I felt in my lungs, was dread. Really dreading things. And I think there's a lot of that feeling kind of around at the moment. And it must be it felt very collective, and obviously I've got it in there for it to attach to, for me to feel it. But I feel on this level we're really shifting, and often in our dream time too, we're doing a lot of work at night.
Absolutely.
Your dreams might
be in the dream time, because in the waking state we're too busy in our minds trying to figure things out. So when we conk out and go unconscious, it's like, good, finally she went to sleep, now we can work on her. But like you, Denise, I must have been on the same wave as you last night, because I had that same feeling and I could not sleep. I was so wired, because I also went for a chiropractic adjustment yesterday that was pretty powerful. And yes, there is definitely collective energy, but it's hitting on our own unprocessed issues. And that part about what you just said, the dread, the survival. And I realized after, when I had my treatment yesterday at the chiropractor, we were talking about childhood traumas and realizing, oh my God, if you come into the world not feeling safe,
Yeah.
you have this program running around in there. And it's as if to say, I have to remind myself, okay, this is no longer happening. It did happen. I want to honor that it happened, but I am not
Yeah.
a victim of this, or I'm not going to allow this old program to run my life. So I look at the program and say, okay, I see you, I hear you, I'm sending you love. I'm so sorry that it's been so difficult, like to infuse compassion and love and acceptance. It's like an orphan. I've talked about this in other shows, little orphan aspects of ourselves that are lost and alone that want to come home. And it's like we open up the door to the heart and say, come back, come home. And then hold those aspects. And in that moment of the holding, you're holding the part of you that you denied and cut off from. So it's a returning. It's a, yes, come home, little ones. I'm right here. And you don't do it just once or twice because it's been gone for so long. It's like a teenager that went, ran away from home. And now you're like, you got to come back home. I need. And so I'm noticing the more and more that I, return to this part of myself, little by little, it's getting less and less of, oh my God, the dread, even though there could still be dread and fear there. It's like the dread and the fear become my friends. Like, oh, I see you. I feel you. I'm right here. And I do something, take your hands, hold your own hands and put them on your heart and say, I'm right here. I'm holding you. I'm not leaving you. I'm taking care of you now. You're alive. You're beautiful. You're here to thrive. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, similar things. And when I'm feeling that, not trying to push it away, not trying to think, oh, that dread, I don't want to be feeling that. It's like, I'm going to fully feel that. And part of you on some level goes, oh, okay, so that's what that feels like. There's like, there can be a lightness to it as well. Maybe not while you're full on in it. And I breathe it into my heart. And I love that feeling. Instead of being like, nah, don't want to feel you, it's like, come here, come here. And that's probably how I do it, like slightly differently, but it's the same. It's just really bringing it into my heart.
Full acceptance is
Yeah.
when you did that, what came to me, oh, this full acceptance
Yeah.
of myself. Like I could fully accept me. And even if you can't, one step at a time, if you were to say, okay, I can take one hand and say, well, I'm just going to touch upon you a little bit because I don't know if I'm ready to take you in fully, but that's okay too. Because it is scary. We've been programmed to fight, flight, freeze. Oh my God, I better not get too close and better not open up too much because what'll happen to me if I get abandoned again, or if somebody hurts me again, or if somebody, puts shame, like says, oh, you're shameful, you're that, whatever it is. It's like, well, open up the door, even if it's a crack, and say, I'm right here, peek in and say, hi there, I'm here, it's okay. When you're ready, I'm right here.
And loving the person that's feeling the dread as well. It's like not judging myself for feeling that, but can I still love that person who's feeling those things, that part of me that is in that. And if you're not feeling that, even just saying, I am willing to love that aspect of me or whatever it is, I am willing to, just opens the doors.
I love that.
Yeah, I think that's a Matt Kahn one.
Yeah. Sometimes I find myself, a friend of mine taught me something very similar to what you just said. She said, can you accept the part of you that's in, I was having panic attacks at the time. Can you accept the panic? I said, no, are you crazy? I don't want to accept the panic. She's like, can you accept that you can't accept the panic? And I said, oh, that feels a little bit better. So I accept that I can't accept this panic, I'm going to surrender it over to my divine being. Divine being, I don't know what to do. Help me.
Yeah.
And in the moment of surrender, to just breathe and let go and say, you got to, I know I'm responsible for all my actions and all my stuff, but in this moment, I'm just not capable. And that's okay. That's really okay. It doesn't mean you're not being responsible. It means you're being human. And that's, we have to stop this nonsense. Oh, that's negative. Don't go there. I choose love over fear. Yes, of course I want to choose love. But if fear is there, don't you think that fear is tugging on your sleeve? Please give me some of that love. What about me? Wait a minute. What about me? Don't I get to be loved? I'm almost going to cry just saying that because it's so true.
Yeah, that's so powerful.
Like, oh my gosh, what about me? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Whew.
This was delightful today. I am so glad we did this. I feel
Yes, am I.
even with the weirdness and the that overwhelming, there's some really beautiful, like right on the razor's edge of something magnificent and joyful coming. It's like, oh, it's right there. It's right here. I can feel it and see it, and I know it's here. Yeah.
I'm just getting a nudge. Yeah, totally with you on that one. Oh, my phone's about to go. I'm just being nudged to mention, and I don't know if I have a feeling this might be going on for quite a few people as well. It's the heart chakra at the back.
Oh,
I am having.
that's why I went to the chiropractor yesterday. It's like, what is this? It hurts.
Yeah, I have massage balls that I lie on.
Yes.
And I keep having to do that. And, you get the crack and you think, yay, that's done. And then, a couple of hours later, it's like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Hello, pain. You're still there. Yeah. And I feel, and I've been saying this for quite a long time, it's like we're open at the front, but the back is taking longer because we're more vulnerable when we're open at the back. There's more of it. And we see the front, we're much more aware of the front because that's where our eyes are, and less aware of the back. And for me, this is lower than it's right there.
Yes,
it's right.
It's directly behind the heart. In Hawaiian shamanic body mapping, the back of first of all, the Hawaiians believe that the back, which we cannot see, represents our future. And the back of the heart is where we hold our grievances and our resentments. So yeah, there's sadness and there is some grief here in the front of the heart, but the back of the heart is the grievances and maybe some resentments we're holding, and it's like that knot. So the breath, using like the massage, going to a chiropractor, anything that could help you. Mm-hmm. Feeling the heart, breathing into the back of that area and saying, okay, I'm going to take a breath in and out, and I'm going to infuse and send that breath to the area that's locked up. And now I'm going to open up the lock and let the love back in. So yes, you're right. That area has been coming up for many people.
Yeah. And it feels linked to higher heart and throat as well. It kind of almost feels like, in opening this, it's opening up those levels that are moving up to
my chiropractor said to me yesterday when he was working on the heart area and the ribs, he said, it's connecting to your throat, the hyoid bone, which is a floating bone. And as soon as he said that, I started crying and I let out this sound. And it's so true. It is. It's heart, high heart into the throat, speaking truth. Having our voice, having our say. Let me speak my feelings. Let me express that this hurts, or that I'm scared, or that it's lonely, or I'm in pain, or maybe I'm in joy. Whatever you're feeling, your voice expresses it in the spoken word.
And we touched on this when I'm just going to plug my phone in, during the activation about the breath as well. And I've mentioned this before, the dragon breath that I use sometimes, which call it the dragon breath because it was the dragons that taught it to me, which is about taking a big breath in, but on your out breath, like really expelling, like expelling with your hands, expelling with your face, making whatever sound feels right. Like it doesn't have to be, sometimes a silent roar is really, really powerful. And sometimes, other times, it has to actually, be a tangible sound. But play with it, but really like,
Yeah.
really get those sounds out on the out breath. And before that, I'm breathing things into my heart because that's my transmutation chamber. And that took a long time to do because, it's like the heart's the last place that I want those nasties to be in. But actually, it's the only place for them.
Yeah.
And to really welcome them into the heart, into that transmutation chamber. But then just go for it on the out breath. Go for it on the in breath as well if you want to. But it feels like it's the expulsion. It's the like, getting that out.
Yeah, those dragons are showing up. I mean, as a child, I loved any kind of creature that was, dragons for sure. And then for a long period, I just kind of disconnected. But lately, I'm seeing them in images. I think I posted an image of a aurora borealis, and then I found a water one this morning too that kind of looks like a yeti. But he also looks a little bit like it's got a face for sure. And I posted that. I said, "Oh my God, it could be a water dragon."
Oh yes, yeah, in the way.
Yeah, those dragons are powerful forces and they're aspects of us. We forget it. It's like, wait a minute, I'm the dragon. Yeah, let out that really, like you said, put your whole body into it. Don't just let it, okay. It's like, really let out that fire, I think that's really powerful.
And
Yeah,
it's kind of
especially
fun.
now. It
It's
is.
fun to do as well. And, I usually end up giggling because it's just a bit ridiculous. Just look at my moves when you're like, your head goes down. I remember catching myself in the mirror one time and I just looked like an absolute crazy. My hair was like down, the expression on my face, but it really, really amused me, which, again, is such an amazing, amazing release and relief. But play with it, like see how low down your body you can release from. There were some tears that came through me a few weeks ago, and when you're doing that, like,
Oh, wow. Sobbing. Yeah, really like shaking and sobbing, the feeling. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's powerful.
and it felt like it came from my base chakra. I've never felt it come from so deep before. So even playing with that, like playing with those breaths, how
Yeah.
deep can I release from? Oh, it feels a bit stuck there, and just keep doing it and bring in water, bring in fire, whatever you need to kind of like
Those elements. Dragon. I have a friend who taught me some stuff about dragon that was interesting. And I like what she said, that the dragon contains all the elements because they're on the land. They could go in the water, they fly, and they spew fire. I'm like, you're right. Oh my God, that's incredible. It's all the elements contained within it. So it's beautiful medicine to call upon. And yeah, let your body shake and especially when you feel that stuckness in the back of the heart or anywhere in the pelvis, I would say put on your favorite music. Let yourself just, be danced by that inner dragon. Let your inner dragon move your body because it can help you unlock, unravel, undo those programs and say, I thank you for this lesson. Thank you for the wisdom and knowledge I've gained. And now I'm setting you free to do whatever you need to do. And I release myself now. Because, the more we carry the old story, we can't really create the new one. So, new moon, new beginning. This is a great time. Set some clear intentions. Write out an abundance check, in the law of abundance. And I accept this now with the deepest gratitude. We have to also have the gratitude for whatever we have now and be open to whatever the universe wishes to bring us to. But that gratitude that, even in the midst of overwhelm and chaos and thinking, oh God, that dread, like, how am I ever going to be okay? Or how is this ever going to work out? That somehow, some way, knowing in the deepest part of yourself that we are not alone on this journey. No way, you know, we're not. And it might feel that way sometimes, and that's okay, but remind yourself every day, it's okay. I'm not alone. I'm right here. I'm going to thrive in my aliveness because that's what I came here to do. And I'm going to share it with my brothers and sisters. And we're going to give the beauty and the love back to Mother Gaia. And we're going to thank the cosmos and let that be your dance today, or however way, you know, you like to dance. We have a call coming from the universe. See that? Wow. It was 444. See, I can't make this stuff up. I mean, I just cannot make this stuff up when these things happen.
I've been shaking my body every day, like really, you know, I can't do it while I'm sitting on the chair, but really shaking everything, like my legs, my back, everything, even, you know, leaning forward, just trying to, anything that's stuck, as you say, just trying to like rattle it out.
Shaking out what doesn't work anymore. Like, I'm ready to let this go now. I'm going to shake out the old story, you know, and then you level out and you have all this space inside. You've created a space. When you create that space, you're like, oh, okay, now I can bring this in. Oh, this can come in. You know, I can bring this. I'm ready. And okay, I'm going to take a break, let it all, you know, assimilate. And then, you know, the more we let go, the more we bring in. And, you know, new moons are endings, but also new beginnings. So, and with this stellium, boy, it's pretty potent.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone. I haven't had a chance to look at the chat because I can't really look at it while I'm doing this, but I'm going to go on and say hello to everyone. And please support Love Speaks Love and Denise. She's just such a beautiful sister angel of the earth who's sharing her heart so unconditionally. And I'm so grateful to you. Any way we can support her, whether you give a love donation or share this platform with other people, let other people know about it. And if you're feeling despair or dread or anything, you know, we're here. You know, you're not alone. We're here to support you, and don't be afraid to reach out. And even if you are, you know, that's okay, but you are worthy of receiving. Just know that we are all worthy. It is our birthright to receive. Give when you can, but also open that heart to receive. So I'm going to leave you with that, with the deepest love and gratitude from my heart to yours. Happy new moon. Blessed be.
And in the giving, we also receive. It's such a, you know, it really is that infinity loop. Thank you so much. And I do just want to share that Maryanne has been, it's the last one, but I'm sure you'll be doing it again, of a light language course that's been a series of 3 that has been a really, really beautiful, beautiful. I've so loved being a part of that. So
thank you.
Yeah, it's keep an eye out for all that Maryanne's sharing as well, because I think we're all putting out a lot more. We're all stepping out a lot more, and it's time.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, everyone. I love you.
Thank you, everyone. And I shall drop I didn't do it last time, but I shall drop my PayPal details into the chat. Thank you all. Oh, and I'll be back in just under an hour with Don Lynch, which is going to be, that's going to be interesting too. He's an energy worker, has his own unique style of doing that. So he will do an offering, which I think might be heart related, but I'm going to see if we can maybe include the lungs in there as well. So that's at 6:30 GMT. And I will see you soon. Thank you, everybody, for your love and support and for sharing. And
Bye.
bye.